Holy cow.
It was me.
Wow.
I apologize.
Oom-ba-doom-ba-doom-ba-doom.
Raised in a barn, don't you know?
You're raised in a barn. All right then.
All right.
So we're streaming on YouTube.
Mike Whaley says hi.
Hi, Mike Whaley.
Cheryl C. Hey, gang.
Hey, there's Cheryl. I can't see anybody yet, but oh, there we go. Mike Whaley. Cheryl. Hey, gang.
Brian Baker.
Brian Baker.
Troubles here.
Who we got on Facebook today?
Nobody yet.
Nobody yet? Hey, look at that. The modifier worked for once. Oh, the notifier worked for once. Okay. There we go. Can you guys hear me okay today? Just say hell yeah or shut up because you're too friggin' boring.
Hey, peeps from Jerry.
My wife just had to tune in because she knows you're here and she knows that Cheryl's here. So now everybody's going to throw shade on me.
Hi, Cheryl.
Okay, Cheryl says you can hear me fine. All right. Everybody's going to throw shade on me today. I can just hear it coming now.
Yeah, well, especially since Brian Baker's in the mix, too.
Yeah. You got Brian Baker, you got you, my wife, and my dearest friend.
You're really quiet. Need to turn your volume up a bit.
Maybe I just need to bring it a little closer, that's all. Is that better?
I don't know. Maybe he was talking about me.
Well, you've got no mic today.
I
I've
don't.
stolen it. I stole your mic.
I bet from over there it looks like you're talking into a robot penis.
Wow, you guys are so glad you didn't hear what you just said. I cannot see anything on Facebook yet, so if I don't respond to you on Facebook, I apologize.
There's two viewers. Oh, Emilio's there.
Hey, there's Emilio. Emilio Vitt. Got some things I'm going to be printing off from Emilio Vitt very soon.
Me too.
That I'm working. Actually, I've got them printed off now. I just have to get them painted. How do you silence the excess noise from 3D printing? Tell the missus to stop complaining and deal with the song of its people.
So no, the problem, you don't have to silence the machine. You just
That's
have
true.
to silence the wife.
You've obviously never been to my house.
I've never been inside your house.
You've met my wife.
I have met your wife.
Oh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble later.
Amelia says can't wait to see it.
So you're gonna have to relay questions to me from Facebook
You
today.
can't see the comments.
I can't see Facebook comments today.
I'll just shove them at you.
Okay.
I normally do.
All right. Where are we here? Oh, we got a couple minutes yet. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a great weekend. Did you guys have a great weekend? I had an awesome weekend.
Oops, I spelled his name wrong.
Who?
Brian.
Brian Baker?
I did I-A instead of
I know you can't see this very well because I printed them in black and we got a black background, but there's my Han Solo bust to commemorate the Han Solo in every one of us. A little bit of a scruffy nerf herder, kind of like me. I'm a scruffy nerf herder. Brian Baker. Hello again, Richard, Jess, and group. All right. Well, we got a minute left before we run that intro. Nice. Okay. So we are going to be talking about how to silence your machine, and we're going to do that in just about 30 seconds here. And there's a couple of things off the top that I want to talk about before we get into this mess. And if you have seen Solo, I don't want to know what happens because I haven't seen it yet.
Franco Giscala says sorry I'm late.
Well, that's okay. We haven't really started yet. But you could go ahead and run that intro. Hey, welcome to the First Layer. This is Coffee with Rich, our Monday show. Now, first and foremost, this is the last live show that we will be having on a Monday. This is the very last one. We are moving our live shows to Wednesday, and Monday and Friday will be recorded shows. I'm your host, Richard Cleveland, as I'm here with you 3 times a week. And with me today on the board is the lovely Jess Cornett-Ching. See, there she is. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, hit that little bell down there, and get notified every time that we do a brand new episode here on the First Layer, whether we're doing a live stream or we're doing something else. Today we're talking about making your machine silent, but there's a couple of things I got to touch on really at the top of the show. And first and foremost is our friends over at Inno3D have teamed up with TiVo. They've got a month-long contest going, and they're giving away a TiVo Michelangelo printer, and the link for that is in our description, both on Facebook and on YouTube today. So go ahead and get your name in for that. William Donald and I, we're doing some work behind the scenes together, and he's over across the pond in the UK, and we are right here in Canada. So we're kind of working on something together. So you guys go ahead, sign up for that TiVo Michelangelo, and good luck to the winner. And we're going to be talking about that all month long. Also, I'm teaming up with Ben Eadie. If you don't know who Ben Eadie is, I encourage you to go and check out Ben Eadie's Facebook page. We have a link to Ben Eadie's Facebook page in the description, again, both here on YouTube and on Facebook. One of the things that we're going to be doing with Ben is we're doing some 3D scanning stuff, and all of this is going to be related to cosplay, which I know I'm a little old to dress up, but you're never too old to dress up.
I'm not.
You're not. But it's a little bit of dress up for cosplay. We're going to be talking how to use a 3D scanner. I'm going to print out what he's scanned, and we did the scanning a couple of weeks ago, and we're going to put all that together in an episode for you. But Ben's got his own channel over on YouTube, and I encourage you guys to go ahead and check that out, because Ben and I have got a few projects that we're going to be working on as time goes on together as well. We both come from the entertainment background, so we both worked in television, we both worked in movies, and we both love to make props. So something we're going to talk about a little bit later on. So make sure you go check out his channel, because over there you're going to find a lot of tutorials and walkthroughs on how to use a program called Onshape. And now I'm not familiar with Onshape myself, but Onshape is, from my understanding, a 3D rendering program where you can make 3-dimensional objects. You can also clean up objects, much like you can do with Blender or some of the other higher-end products out there on the market. So now that I've covered all that news, thumbs up to that. Let's get into what we're talking about today. On my table here, let's make sure I'm on the...
Brian Baker said if George Takei can cosplay as Spider-Man, there's still hope for everyone.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to move my microphone over a little bit here, maybe a little bit out of the way, but let's see if I can still, you guys can still hear me. So here on my desk, I've got a couple of things. I have a dampener. This is what's called a motor dampener, and they go on the motor just like this. So you can see that they just screw into 2 of the holes on the motor. That holds it in place, and then it screws 2 holes into the mount on your 3D printer. So what this does, it takes the vibration out of the motor. Instead of translating it through the entire frame of the printer, which is where we end up with a lot of our issues, what this does is this, because of this black ring, which is a rubber ring in here, because of that ring, what it does is it silences that motor somewhat. It brings down the volume of what the printer is resonating, is probably the best way to put it. So this will help to silence your printer motors, and you only need 2 of these. You don't need to put these on every motor. The 2 motors that you need to put this on are the X motor and the Y motor. You don't need to put it on the Z motors at all. You don't need to put it on the extruder motor. You just need to put this on the X and Y motor, okay? So that's the first piece of hardware that you would be adding to your printer to get it to be a little bit more silent. Now, I hope you guys can still hear me, because this is where we're getting into a little bit more complicated. What this is an 8 diode smoother. And what this does, and I'm going to go to my computer here so you guys can kind of see exactly what we're doing over here. Let me just pull up the page that, there it is right there. I'm going to show you this little sine wave here. All right, so you can see on the screen right now that we've got a picture of 2 different sine waves. The sine wave up at the top here, this one, you can see kind of how it's pulling in on this one side, and then it's really pushing out on the back side of this signal path. What that is doing is that it's introducing into the printer noise and jitter and shake. What the smoother does, if we go down to the second picture, you can see how that sine wave now is a lot smoother. So that also helps with the noise coming from your 3D printer. By putting a smoother on, you start to eliminate some of that excess noise. You also get a cleaner print. So it does help you to get a cleaner print. I'll go back to my camera here. So how you connect these things is they all come with a little bit of a cable right here. And all this does is this goes between the board and the printer, and the motor. So we're going to just pop this one out. So we've unplugged from our motor from the machine. We're going to plug it into the smoother, and then we're going to plug the smoother into the board. Now what that's going to do is create sort of a, I guess a signal path. What's the word I'm looking for? Let me tell you exactly what the actual description does. This smoother controls and helps to smooth seismic lines which are created by your stepper motor, especially on the DRV 8825 driver, which is what we have here. We have DRV 8825 drivers on this MKS Gen 1.4 board. So what this is going to do is it's going to take all of that information that is coming down, it's going to divide it over these 8 diodes that are here, and then it's going to send it out to the motor, which is going to give the motor a lot smoother turning radius, either both forwards and backwards, so it's not going to introduce noise into your print. I hope that was clear enough. Yes, maybe?
Brian Baker, does the diode drop the effective RMS voltage? I would assume it would reduce the effective holding torque.
Yes. Let's see. There we go. There, I'm back.
No, we got Don in the house.
We got Don in the house?
Don in the house.
Don the German printing nerd? Hello, sir. So these smoothers can be bought online for, oh geez, I don't know, what do we sell them for? I think we sell them for about $8.
Something like that.
I'm just going to go to our website here, spool3d.ca. If I could spell spool 3D properly, it is one of those days, guys. So we're just going to go to smoother. And these smoothers, I'm not going to add it to the cart. These are $5. That's it, $5. So what motors do you need them on? What would I recommend them on? I would recommend them on the X and the Y. Again, those are the 2 places on your printer that introduce the most noise. Move that back here. That's probably just went in everybody's ears.
So one board per stepper, interesting that they're inline.
Yeah, they're an inline board. That's the way most of these are made now. From my understanding, is they're usually inline boards.
Use a direct
It's direct plug and play. You don't have to do anything in firmware. You just direct plug and play. That's it. Hey, there's Magic 3D Printing as well. Look at that. We got everybody showing up today.
Not on Facebook. We have nobody on Facebook.
Nobody's on Facebook? There's lots of people on Facebook.
There's like 6 people.
Well, that's lots of people.
Oh.
That's lots for us. So, if I were going to silence my machine, which, according to my wife, I should be trying to do very soon because she's really not happy with the noise that it makes. I don't find it bothersome, but some people do. She likes the sound that this one makes because to her it sounds like whales. I don't know. It doesn't sound like whales to me. It sounds like a 3D printer. But what do I know?
John says somebody has a frog in his throat.
I do have a frog in my throat today. My throat's a little dry.
Brian Baker says, do they protect against the power kickback from moving your steppers while powered off? As much as I love making my screen lit with my own kinetic power, FYI, don't do that.
Yeah. Don't move your machine so fast that you light up that board on the front of the 3D printer. You can see if I move this a little too fast, see how that lit up? Let's just turn that a little bit more so you guys can see that. I don't like doing this, but I'm going to do it for demonstration purposes. So look down into the lower left-hand corner of the screen. You'll see my control box there. Watch when I move this too fast. See how it lights up? You don't want to move your motors too fast because what happens is that sends an electrical signal back to the board, and you can blow the board in your 3D printer by moving those steppers by hand way too fast, okay? So don't do it.
What does this thing protect against the power thing?
Does it protect against power kickback? I don't think it does. I think it's going to give her a cleaner signal going backwards as well, but I don't think it does. So what I would do for all intent and purposes is I would just try not to move this by hand. If you have to, just go slowly. Don't go so fast that you'll light up the board, because once you light up that board, you've already sent an electrical signal back to the board. And if you do that too fast, again, you can cause damage. You may even cause damage to these smoothers as well. So my recommendation to you is just don't do it.
Derek Smith on Facebook says these diodes do 2 things: decrease the effective voltage somewhat during forward coil drive,
right?
And dissipate some power to sap energy from the coil circuit during slow delay recirculation as fast decay reverse drive.
Well, there you go. I wish I could see that.
I'm gonna paste that in YouTube.
Yeah, paste that over onto YouTube.
Thank you, Derek Smith.
Derek Smith just made a great comment. Jess is going to post it over there on our YouTube and in our YouTube chat.
It's too long.
Is it too long?
It's too long. I'll just get rid of this. There.
There we go. Okay. So everybody read that. Basically, what it does is it. Is there any update for the stepper driver themselves, which would be better, but you would need a new board in a CR10S because they're not replaceable in the CR10S? I don't, Tom or Mike Tompeck, I am not sure if you can hook these up to the CR10 yet or not. I am going to experiment with them, and I'm going to put a couple on the CR10 just to see how they work. I do know that these dampeners do make a difference on the CR10. I've had a couple of customers that I've installed them for already, and they seem to be happier than pigs in a barn. What's that?
And me too.
And you've got them on yours as well. I haven't put them on mine yet, but I am going to put them on. These are super inexpensive. I think they're only a couple of dollars a piece. Stepper dampeners, I think they're only a couple dollars a piece. I'm sure they're only a couple bucks a piece. So yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, you don't really think about, but once you see them, then it becomes a whole So that's not in there. Let's go to dampeners.
Oh, Timothy Hoodland is here.
Oh, there's Tim. Good. There we go. Oh, there's 750. Pardon me.
He says what weekend?
What do you mean, what weekend?
That's what Timothy Hoodland said. What weekend?
I'm not sure what he's talking about.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm not sure what he's talking about. So these are $7.50 a piece from the Spool 3D website. They're definitely worth every penny, to be perfectly honest with you. If you can get them online cheaper, by all means, go ahead. But with that said, let's get back to...
I wonder if he's talking about what weekend is our thing.
What weekend is our show? Our show is next weekend, not this coming weekend. Jess and I will be out of the studio on Friday and Monday. The 8th, the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. We'll have recorded shows for the Friday and the Monday shows. So we are going to be in Penticton for Pentacon on the 9th and 10th. And we're leaving here on the Friday at about 4 in the morning. So we're going to be gone for... Yeah, well, I'll get to your place about 4 and then we'll leave about 5. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting, fun journey. We are going to record for you guys some behind-the-scenes stuff of us on the road, going there, coming back, having fun while we're at the con, and people that we're talking to, and we'll try and do something. We do have an internet connection there too, by the way. So I don't know how good the internet connection is going to be, but
We could do a live stream on Friday.
we can try.
Or Monday. No, we can't.
Saturday. We could try and do one on Saturday. I don't know what day or time they have me doing the 3D printing talk. I am going to be doing a panel on 3D printing, so I'm not sure exactly what time or what day I'm going to be doing that, but maybe we can have some fun while we're out there. Okay, let's get into this. Gotcha, he says. Dampeners really work well. Timothy does have these as well on his website. That's the th3dstudio.com website. What? What did I miss?
Cheryl C says poor Jeff stuck with you for a whole weekend.
What do you mean, poor Jess? What about me?
Fear for your life.
All right. If the CR10 board has breakout pins for the SPI bus, I could design a breakout board to do the upgrade. This is Brian Baker. I'd still need to replace the firmware with stock Marlin, though. Okay, I get that. Oh, you don't have any. He doesn't carry stepper dampeners right now, Tim says. So if you need some,
Sorry, not sorry, Rick.
if you need some of these stepper dampeners, you can go to, of course, the guy who sponsors this show, which is spool3d.ca. Remember, print it right, print it with spool3d.ca. They've got everything that you need from parts, printers, and filaments. So you can go and check out their website today at spool3d.ca. Print it right, print it with spool3d.ca. Now, what else did I want to say about these? I'm going to experiment with this. On the CR10, I am going to put the dampeners on because I know that they do work. I am going to experiment with these breakout boards, these smoothers. I'm going to see if they make any difference in the quality of my print with the settings that I have now, and I'll share those results with you guys on Wednesday. You guys will get to see that on Wednesday's recorded show, so you get to see the results of this. So this is kind of a two-parter. Tim says the CR10 does not have SPI pins. You'd have to swap the board out to do something else, he says. AliExpress and Amazon has them if you can't find them. That's right. They do actually have them. Oh, that's Jess saying that she went to eBay to get these instead of coming to the store where she is, almost twice a week.
I didn't know you had them.
All she had to do was ask or look on the website that,
It's a pack of 5 for $7.
pack of 5 for $7 off of eBay, which you got screwed on because you only got one.
Yeah.
There you go. So I am going to have a look at the motherboard that's in there, see if I can unplug and plug in one of these stepper smoothers on there. If I can, we're going to see what the results are, and I'll record all those results so you guys get to see them on Wednesday. Now, let me quickly thank a bunch of people. First and foremost, I want to thank all of my Patreons. You guys are amazing. You help us keep this show going. You're helping us get to Pentacon and back with your continued support. And I thank you guys very, very much for that. If you want to be a part of our Patreon group of people, by all means, please go to patreon.com/thefirstlayer if you want to help out the show that way. If you just want to buy me a coffee, you can do that too. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/thefirstlayer. Every little penny that comes in helps us with things like going to these events, getting new stuff here for the studio, getting stuff to put into the printers, because I don't get this stuff for free. So all the stuff that we get to play around with, but we don't get it for free. So if we want to keep it on the printer, we got to pay for it. So thank you again very much to everybody who has become part of our Patreon and become part of our Buy Me a Coffee. Now, there are still keychains available. So if you guys want to get a keychain, they are $5 plus shipping. All you have to do is just drop me a PM there on Facebook, or drop me an email to richard@thefirstlayer.com, and I will certainly arrange to get you one of those. What else am I missing?
You talked about the contest. You talked about...
I did talk about the contest, Inno3D's contest.
I don't know if you have anything left to talk about.
I think I'm all done for today.
Why, should you show how to install them on the CR10?
Do you guys want to see me install this on the CR10 for Wednesday's show? That's probably a good idea. You guys would probably benefit from that, wouldn't you? Just give me a hell yeah, or watch me blow up a 3D printer. What do you think? I'm sure we'll get somebody in there saying hell yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
So we are going to put these on the CR10. We're going to check them out. We're going to see exactly how they work. And again, I'm only going to put them on the X and the Y because those are the two that make the most noise, and those are the two that seem to be moving the most. So the Z axis doesn't move all that much. It just goes up in single increments. So that'd be nice. Brian Baker says, sweet Magic 3D printing. What are you guys doing about false print time predictions? My CR10S is like a 5 hours sometimes. Are you using Simplify 3D on that one, Mike? Because if you are, Simplify 3D does not calculate time correctly. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because it's not interfaced with Marlin on the board. Same thing with any of the other slicers out there. If they are not reading the Marlin firmware on the board because you don't have a computer connected to the control box, which I don't advise you ever do unless you're making a firmware upgrade. That being said, you'll never get accurate times. I've had some prints that said 60 hours and they've taken 80 hours. So that's just a...
What about my helmet that was 90 hours?
Yeah, there you go. 90 hours.
It took like 112.
Brian Baker says he'd be curious to see those diode boards on the Z, then run the Z at high speed. Well, you know, maybe we might do that. Yeah, Simplify 3D's times are always off. Running Simplify 3D over Octoprint. Well, there's two of your problems right there. Octoprint, Simplify 3D don't like each other for the most part. They won't converse back and forth. And Octoprint, if you're using Octoprint on a CR10S, then I would only use Octoprint not to control it, because as soon as you use Octoprint to control it, you run into issues with the power outage feature and some of the other features that are enabled on the CR10, just so you guys are aware of that. A Skewed View 3D has just joined us. Well, hello, sir. and you've joined us just when we're getting ready to roll up here. Octoprint is just a G-code sender. It is. It is just a G-code sender, but we have learned through trial and error that you have to make sure that you're only using it for viewing, because at the end of the day, if you get a power outage, the power outage, from my experience and understanding, is that it does not go into resume mode on the inside the control box on the CR10S. I could be wrong, but that's been my experience. Timothy Hoogland, who's a great guy over at th3dstudios.com. If you haven't got yourself an Easy ABL, by all means, go ahead, get an Easy ABL from him. We get a lot of questions. Do we sell the Easy ABL here? We do not. That is right now, as far as I know, strictly through th3dstudios.com. And I suggest that you contact Timothy Hoogland, who is a member of our community here, both on Facebook and on YouTube. And he will help you out. He'll get you an Easy ABL and get it out to you as fast as possible. So, power resume only works over SD. There you go. Not USB. There you guys go. So, if you get a power outage and you don't have an SD card in your printer, then it's not going to work. All right, with that said, I'm going to thank the lovely Jess who came in today, and we're going to do a little bit of filming after we get out of the live stream, and we're going to get things going here. And you guys, by the way, if anybody didn't see this is my little Han, my Han Solo. I'm a scruffy nerf herder, so is he. I am going to paint this guy up because he will look much better painted than he does in black. And this you can find, I'm going to show you guys exactly where you can find this right now. I'll go back to my computer. So you want to go over to cults3d.com and just type in Han Solo bust, and you will find this bust. The creator is Tashi TNE. An amazing sculpt. Really looks great. He also has a number of other sculpts. Catwoman, Rachel from Blade Runner. He has a T800, and they're free files. Go ahead and download them and print them for yourself, and they're very high quality. I put this guy's work up with some of my favorites like Emilio Vitt, Julio, and I'm sorry? Sergio? And Sergio, yes. So go ahead and print yourself off one of these. It's a nice little thing to have. So with that said, guys, until next time, remember, the first layer is always your foundation to a great print. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you again on Wednesday.